Okay, it's Tuesday, Attention Training Tuesday. Um, I had one of those conversations where I realized afterwards I was not really present. I was pretty fixated on making my point and showing that I was right and they were wrong and all that sort of standard human stuff that we do. But it's nice to be able to see it. And so made me think of this quote by Rachel Remen, who, if you don't know her, she's a physician, uh, cancer, an oncologist, and just a wonderful human being. So the most basic and powerful way to connect to another person is to listen. Just listen. Perhaps the most important thing we ever give each other is our attention. And so that's what I want to focus on today is that because I had this really distinct experience of watching myself, my mind constantly wanting to interject and wanting to sort of one up or be right or and it's so unsatisfying actually for everyone involved. Certainly the person whom I was speaking with wasn't having a good time. I wasn't satisfied with how it was going. And so it was just a reminder to me that there's these different types of attention that we can activate. I'm going to focus on or shine the spotlight on focused versus diffuse attention. So focused attention is, we're actually, here's some good visuals. Focused attention. We got that flashlight beam and you can see the beam and it's really putting a lot of light on a very condensed area. Um, that is very useful in certain situations. In contrast to this idea of diffuse attention. So you got a lantern, it's kind of illuminating a whole bunch of stuff without being super fixated or clear on one thing. So, when I think focused attention, for example, when someone's trying to convey an idea or a concept and they really want you to understand them, focused attention is really great because you can zero in and just say, okay, I'm gonna sort of shut out any external stuff and I'm just gonna really focus on what they have to say. And then diffuse attention has more to do with, yeah, but what's the context? Like what's the other stuff that goes beyond the words or um the actual narrative that they're telling, like what's the body language, what's the context for how did the morning go and how is this similar to other situations that we've been in. And so I think being able to go back and forth between focused and diffuse attention is a really key skill. So I thought let's spend some time today practicing that. So as per usual, just close our eyes. Immediately take a deep breath in and then long exhale. Another deep breath in, slow exhale. Just slowing things down, letting the body breathe on its own. Let's slow down for the next few minutes. The rest of our busy, hectic day is still coming our way. Let's just give ourselves the gift of a few minutes of just slowing things down and intentionally engaging in our capacity for attention, and just reacquainting ourselves with what it's like to be focused versus diffuse. So focus, we can just let's focus on a sensory object. So right now, breath. Notice you can feel breath in your nostrils, in the throat, in your chest, in your belly, in your back. And pick one of those areas where you feel breath. And there's no right or wrong answer here. Just pick one. Nostrils, throat, belly. And then just focus your attention on the experience of breath in that part of your body. So noticing the sensation or the experience of breath entering the body and how it resonates or registers in that part that you chose. And what's it like when breath leaves the body? How does that part of your body register that or feel it? And this kind of focused attention is a very distinct flavor of attention, right? It's again, I think of it as a spotlight. So just noticing the quality of what focused attention feels like right here, right now, as you focus on breath, that part of your body. And now we're going to shift to, it's still attention, but again, it's a different flavor of attention. So this is diffuse attention. So I want you to imagine yourself zooming out from focusing on that particular body part where you felt breath, and then just notice the overall, I'll call it like the gestalt of the body breathing. So you can't focus on any one particular part, but it's more like you're hanging back and noticing the entire cycle of breath, starting with your nostrils, ending in the belly, and notice all the parts in between. Diffuse attention is the opposite of this laser-like focus on one specific area, and more the taking in the experience of the whole process of breathing in the body. And I want you to think of a recent conversation that you had with someone, maybe something that had a little edge to it, a little tension. In your memory, go back, now reactivate what you just did with focused attention in the breath, and see if you can shine this tight beam, this spotlight on what the person was saying. And what were the words they were using? What are they actually trying to express to you? Really listen to them. And to some extent, shutting out any other distractions about your judgments about whether what they're saying is true or accurate or that's not how it happened. Right now, you're just completely focused on what they're expressing, the words they're using. Doesn't matter whether you agree with it or not. That's not the point here. And now we're going to activate diffuse attention, and we're going to zoom out. We're going to take in the bigger picture, the bigger context as they're using their words and expressing themselves. See if you can also take in their body language, their eyes, their hands, Maybe even include the context of like the time of day. Was it late at night or really early in the morning, or just noticing the broader context for why they're expressing this to you at that time. And also including your reactions to what they're saying, but you're just kind of taking it all in at the same time, noticing this ecosystem. Maybe noticing your resistance, your inner part of you that might be arguing with, wanting to say something. Notice all of it. And then switching back to focused attention, noticing again the words, the content of the story that they're telling you. And see if you can just hang with that and resist the temptation to argue, to want to retort, to disagree. Just be fully present to listening to what they're expressing to you. And go ahead and take a deep breath in. Long exhale. And hold the exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Another inhale through the nose. Long exhale through the mouth. Relaxing your shoulders, your belly, your hands. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And open your eyes. I think of this kind of attention training. It gives us so much more data, so much more useful information about what's going on, and being able to consciously sort of go back and forth between this hyper focus on specific aspects of the conversation or the experience, and then also being able to intentionally zoom out and say, oh wow, there's a much broader context here. It gives us so much more information that hopefully can make us more skillful at then bringing love and compassion and kindness to whatever interaction we're having. So I hope that was useful. Stick around as per usual. Hope to see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.